Hey guys, Rollout here with LEGO Transformers Rousettus. The name comes from a specific genus of fruit bat, and we're just going to pretend that this alt mode fits the description because I just like the way it sounds. It's regal, it's elegant, and I think it fits the character. This is the first female Transformer that I have built in a while, and it has been a long time coming. I desperately wanted to build a Transformer using purple. I balanced it with some gold and black, and I think it looks pretty good. I have her in this creepy crawling pose with her wings folded in. This is how I prefer to display her. She fits on a shelf best this way, but you will see later on that her wings are extremely versatile. If we flip her around to the back, unfortunately you can see that her robot mode head is fairly visible back here. That's just due to the nature of the way I approach visors on my Transformers. Technically, her face is hidden, it's just that the visor goes all the way around her head, and it's pretty difficult to hide at this scale. That said, it does become the tail of the bat mode, so I think it's borderline acceptable. For articulation, the head can go up and down. You can actually extend it out on these robot claws here to get a little bit more range out of it. The legs go in and out, they rotate at the claw. And then we get to the wings. So these can go in and out, they can go forward and back, they can rotate at this point here. Then each one of these segments is on a rotation, a hinge, and a secondary pivot. On top of that, you have two additional joints in the middle of the wing, so you can get all sorts of crazy flapping poses with these that look super dynamic and fluid. As for getting her up on a stand, it's a little bit tricky because there isn't a whole lot of attachment point back here, but I like to take one of these standard stands that I typically use, and then I attached a headlight brick and one of these effect part holder pieces, and that clips in right here, allowing you to just about balance her airborne. For size comparison, here she is with a photographer. Here she is with overthrow. I think these two have very similarly styled alt modes. For good measure, here she is with blade hopper. And finally, here she is side by side with Therafist and Scale Storm. All three of these are spooky critters, and I like the idea of them palling around together. When transforming her, it's helpful to start with the wings in a position like this. Next, we're going to open up the chest of the bat and fold the body in half so that the wings come together. Next, we're going to fold up the bat head and bring down the wings. From here, we're going to take the wings and fold them in half. Then we want to position the segments sort of like this. Do the same over here. And now we can work on the upper body. So we're going to take the legs of the bat and the arms of the robot, and they will sort of swap. Just like this. Do the same on this side. And bring back the shoulders a little. Finally, we're going to rotate the head, fold up the ears, and position her skirt the way we want it. And there is Rousettus in robot mode. I get Evil Queen and Powerful Sorceress vibes from this mode, with her golden gauntlets and armored gown. Her silhouette is kind of similar to Quintessa from Transformers 5. For articulation, her head can rotate, the arms can go in and out, they can bend at the elbow and rotate at the wrist. She's always doing grand gestures with her hands, but honestly, I'm okay with that. She has an ab crunch, she sort of has a little bit of waist rotation if you cheat the joints a little bit. Technically, her legs go forward and back, in and out, and rotate, but there's only so much you can do with her legs because if you're not extremely mindful of balance, she will fall over. That said, I imagine she has levitation powers, so putting her up on a stand is always an option. And then her skirt armor has all of the articulation you would expect from her wings. Honestly, she is extremely fiddly, and that's because her entire structure relies on the clutch power of robot claws. And if you're not using fresh pieces with a lot of clutch, she's a bit of a mess. But visually, I think she's awesome. For comparison, here she is with a minifigure. Here she is with Overthrow. Here she is with Blade Hopper. Stylistically, I think these two have very similar robot modes. And finally, here she is alongside Therafist and Scalestorm. I think she is clearly the brains of this operation. Until next time, this has been Rollout, signing off.